I'm ready to just put it on him and, rough him up.
It will be a hostile atmosphere.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of Ukrainians, we believe around 40,000 in attendance. That's not going to faze you.
I say that, nah, no way. There can be as many of them. They can't get in the ring and fight for him. Get in there and finish him. And, end his reign. No negativity or any of that shit. I'm just ready for a fight. I'm ready to win. Everything with the beginning has an end. I'm ready to just put it on him and, rough him up.
What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we just heard there some snippets, the best bits from Triple D, and I gotta respect him because there's been a lot of cornballs out there, yeah? A lot of cornballs throughout the history of the game. Throughout the recent history of the game. Look at AJ and Dillian White. Yeah, and bear in mind, Usyk and Dubois. Dubois don't know Usyk from Adam. In that respect. He could easily come along and say, listen, I respect Usyk. I understand that the UKR is going through it right now, and I'm just here to be a good sportsman. That's what I was truth be known, that's what I was expecting. But again, the reason I'm giving Dubois particular respect is the fact that he's normally quite reserved anyway. Dubois ain't a big talker, is he? So I like this. However, it does have to be said, the last time Dubois started talking, it was against Joe Joyce. And again, his bars were pretty good, to be fair. He said to Joe Joyce, he goes, that was it, Sam Jones. It was a face-to-face, Frank Warren, Sam Jones, and Joe Joyce and Dubois. And Sam Jones says, you haven't had the middle fights, Dubois. And then Dubois replied, this is the middle fight. That was a good bar. Obviously, it turned out it weren't the middle fight. It turned out that was his last fight, essentially. That was a career-finishing fight. Nonetheless, though, do you know what I'm saying? Fair play to him. I've been saying for a long time, regardless of what happens in the ring, talk, you know what I mean? Give us some energy. And this has got me hyped up. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll put some coin down as well, for what it's worth. The odds are ridiculous. Yeah? Dubois, I tweeted about this. Dubois is it's beggars belief. Dubois is a bigger underdog, people, than Francis Ngannou. I kid you not. Dubois is at like 8-1, and Ngannou's at 6-1 against Fury. Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Dubois actually has not a pretty good shot, but Dubois has a chance. Do you understand, people? Ngannou has no chance. None, people. And he's at 6-1, but it just shows you the HOMO neurosity. Yeah? Dudes, then again, though, Dubois buff as well, so I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the UFC cucks. And I have to admit, I was one of them as well, with Floyd. And who was it the other day? Carl Froch. Fair play to Carl, because I felt guilty for a long time. Yeah? Thinking that McTapper was going to do something with Floyd. But Froch came out and said, after watching McGregor, he thought he was going to do something. So that made me think, you know what, it weren't just me. A lot of people who have much more of a boxing brain than I do thought McTapper had a chance. Like, I bet you any money, there's even more people in the closet who thought he, you know what I mean? Oh, I never thought that, you cap. But anyway, yeah, the odds are ridiculous. Now, I think it's something like, Usyk on points is 3.5-1. The favourite outcome of this fight, people, is Usyk KO by a huge margin. You put $100 on, you get like 130 back for Usyk to KO Dubois. Like, ridiculous. I'm betting against that all day. And fair play, it might happen, but I just don't see it. Yeah, people can critique Dubois. Yeah, Dubois is no different, no worse than Chisora. And yeah, sport doesn't exactly work like that, but Chisora was not having his way, but Chisora was fine in there with Usyk. There was never any sign of Chisora getting stopped. Yeah, Chisora was a bit more slick with it and smaller. And yeah, Dubois is a sucker for a right hand, but he's big as well, people. Do you understand? Popping the right hand up. Yeah, again, I guess he hit AJ all night with it, but still, I don't know. I just think the odds are unfair. And if money has to go anywhere, it's Usyk on points, in my opinion. That's an easy play. And if Usyk gets a stoppage, fair play. That'll be groundbreaking. Bear in mind, I've already said, this run from Usyk is literally going to be Hall of Fame / GOAT status. I mean, if Usyk goes on to stop Dubois and then beat Hrgovic and then beat Zhang, or the winner of Zhang and Joyce, and if he stops another one of them, because that's what I mean, I don't see him stopping any of them. Couldn't stop AJ, couldn't stop Chisora. I don't see much evidence of it. It's not like AJ's in their head movement. AJ's there all night as well. Do you know what I mean? I think the crowd, I think the fans have gone mad by this one, but fair play to them. Hopefully it's going to get your man Nawabi back on. This is the gambling people that's going to put me on. Watch this now. Watch this. Yeah. Watch somehow, some way. Dubois gets clipped in round 2. Something ridiculous. That's what's coming there. 100%. Yeah. YB. It's 3.5 to 1 for Usyk on points. Dubois clipped in 3 rounds. 2-3 rounds. Yeah. 100%. That's what's coming. But back to Dubois. Yeah, man. That's how you. Back in the day, or. I don't believe in this necessarily, but a lot of people say, speak it, believe it, all that rubbish, yeah. But that's what I mean, come on. Forget about the spiritual element of it. I'm talking about, we know fighters who are, or some of the top guys in boxing history. Fighting's all about confidence. Yeah? Until it isn't, obviously, until you get pushed, but at least at the start, at least early on, until your spirit breaks. But early on, it's about confidence. You got to believe it yourself. Dillian White, you got to believe it yourself. AJ, yeah. He doesn't even believe it himself. If you can't believe it yourself, how are you going to get in there and knock this man out? You're not, is the answer. It's got to start there. You got to start believing it yourself and saying it out loud. Again. Cus D'Amato said about, or what was it? Mike Tyson had a documentary. He was talking about Cus. And he said when he first got to Cus's house, Cus was telling him all these good things. Like, oh, you look splendid. You look amazing, everything else. And he said, is this guy sus? Yeah, this guy is zesty. You know what I mean? He's trying to get in my knickers kind of thing. But then Mike Tyson goes on to say, he would build my confidence up. Yeah? And the key way of building your confidence up, especially for me, if I was Dubois, I'd go in there for like 8 rounds, 9 rounds, tops. I'd say, listen, never mind, forget 12. If it goes 12, I'm going to lose. You know what I mean? Forget about that. I'd go for 6 to 8. 6 to 8. You know what I mean? Literally. I'm going to go, and that's what I'd prepare for. I'll be telling the world, listen people, man, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going in there for 6 rounds. And this guy's getting it. Or 6 rounds or until the wheels fall off. That's what I'd say. I'm going in there for 6 rounds or until the wheels fall off. If the wheels fall off after 4 rounds, fair play to him. He will have taken one hell of a whooping for them 4 rounds. That's what I'm coming in for. I ain't coming into politic. Yeah, this ain't going to be no Anthony Joshua. Ooh, ooh, boop, ooh, boop. No, I'm coming in here. Yeah, I'm £260 and I'm with it. I'm packing. Do you know what I'm saying? And get your head round that psychologically. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get stopped in this fight, or I'm coming out. I mean, for what it's worth, the undisputed champion. Is this not the time to go out that way? Yeah, the worst thing you can do is go out like AJ did twice. Ooh, boop, lose your belts and just nothing. Like have something about you. Yeah. And that's why I rate, and in the past I've been critical, yeah? In the past I've been critical. And I think that you can always be critical of everything. But in the past I've been critical of Anthony Yarde, yeah? But looking back now, like, he took risk, he emptied the tank, it didn't pay off. That's what really, on hindsight, looking back now, and being older and knowing more about life, that's how you're supposed to go out if you're going to go out. Yeah? Yarde could, no doubt, Yarde, we all know, anyone who watched that fight knows, Yarde could have gone in there, and even to be quite frank, even the Beterbiev fight, Yarde got stopped trying to win. In fact, I was in there gambling at the time. I put some money on Yarde. Wasn't even happy. I wasn't even disappointed to lose it for what it's worth, which is rare. But I was in there gambling, and the line was changing, yeah. And at one point, Yarde had gone from like a 8 to 1 underdog, and it was even Stevens again. Yeah, that's how you go out, people. The fight, watch it yourself. If you haven't watched that fight, it's a great fight. Beterbiev versus Yarde. That's how it's supposed to go, people. You ride it till the wheels fall off. Or you sit down somewhere and stay at home, Anthony Joshua. That's what he needs to do. Sit down and stay at home. I don't want to see him anymore in there looking corny. Yeah? Do it or don't. Don't be half in, half out. And AJ said himself recently, oh, not really sure how much I got left. Like, what is this? In my opinion, yeah, it should be illegal. It should be illegal for a sportsman not to know how much he's got left and try to dig public pockets out. Because most men are just like Matrix Donnies. You man ain't really thinking, what am I paying for it? You just like, oh, put $20 in. Just for what? To pump up AJ and Eddie Hearn's pockets. That's for what? You're not even selling it to you. Do you understand? So yeah, Yard, both of his big fights, he crashed out. And that's how you're supposed to do it. Anyone can go in there, you know what I mean, politicking, Mikey Garcia, for example. Do you know what I mean? Ooh. And don't forget, Mikey Garcia, when he fought Spence, he was saying, yeah, I see things in Spence. And he got in there and just politicked. Scary ass dude. Big waffler. Oh, must be my corny ass dude. Sit down somewhere. And to be fair to Mikey, with all due respect to Mikey, I rate Mikey. Why? Because he did. He lost to Spence and then sat down somewhere more or less 6 months later. Fair play to you. Yeah? It took him, at least he clocked on early. I ain't got this anymore. I'm not with it. I'm sitting down. You know what I mean? You can't knock that. I respect that. No doubt Mikey Garcia could have carried on digging pockets. Anyway, I've digressed. The fact of the matter is, Dubois, what I'm telling you is, yeah, is crash out. This fight, you need to crash out. That's what you need to do. Focus on crashing out. Don't focus on politicking. You got 8 rounds, tops. I'm talking probably 6. In fact, scrap 8, 6. You got 6 rounds in you. You ain't got 8 rounds. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't got 8. You just ain't. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. You got 6 rounds. Yeah? 6 rounds. That's what it is. 6 rounds, 18 minutes to change the rest of your life and go down in history. Or you go out and be known as a man who had a go. Anthony Yard. Yeah? Salute to Anthony Yard. We can't always win in life. What we can always do is have a go. And that's what's been forgotten in these times. These times, it's all about, oh, let's politic. Oh, yeah, but I might get stopped and then the girls on Instagram ain't gonna like my nose. Ryan Garcia. Ooh, weird, man. And ain't got nothing wrong with it, AJ and Ryan Garcia. AJ and Ryan Garcia, if you want to be on the catwalk modelling, no, I ain't never knocked that. I'm not a hating ass dude. Yeah, you pretty looking. You're a twink with it. I ain't gonna. Oh, why be you hating? How am I hating? I told you, he pretty. Yeah, there's nothing hating about that. If I was hating, I'd be saying, oh, he ugly. He not. You know, once there's some dudes here in the basement. They be hating. Oh no, he's not a good looking. Cap. You stop lying to yourself, people. He good looking. That's what he is. Take that where it's supposed to be, AJ. Take that where it's supposed to be, Ryan Garcia. Onto the catwalk and get out of boxing, because you ain't a boxer. You ain't with it like that. You're not. Yeah, you're not. You're corny with it. That's what you is. And Dubois, I mean, you're saying the right things here. But just implement it, man. Just go for it. Yeah, go and watch Yard versus Kovalev. Go and watch Yard versus Beterbiev. And that's close to home as well. They both, I think at one point they were training in the same gym. Peacocks, I believe. You know what I mean? That's, for me, it's inspiring. Seeing a man have a go. And again, in the Yard versus Beterbiev fight, at one point, in fact both fights, Yard and Beterbiev and Yard and Kovalev, it looked like he was going to win. We can't really say that about AJ at all in either fight against Usyk. He just losing. How can a man be there? How can a champion just be losing for the whole fight? It's like, wow. And tell you like, no, AJ had a go, and that's the worst thing about it, people. And Dubois needs to watch the AJ fight. AJ had a go in round 9 in the second fight. And Usyk looked out of ideas. All of a sudden, all that, whatever you want to call it, Usyk be doing. That's what I've been saying, man. When you're 6'5" and you're 260 pound, fighting a man who came from cruiserweight, came from 175 and natural. You know what I mean? And don't do what AJ's excuse. Oh, I got tired. Well, yeah, you got tired because you tried to round 9. Like, why start in round 9? And I'm not saying you jump in at Mike Tyson and blow your load early. I'm saying get in there round 1. Have a little bit of a feel around. And round 2, storm and Norman. Yeah? You storm the beaches of, is it Normandy? 100% D-Day. That's what you do. Give him a round. That's what I'd do probably. I'd get in there, let him feel a bit comfortable. And that's what AJ did to some extent. Usyk was comfortable and then he wasn't because your big ass put it on him. Yeah? The big ass puts it on him And he ain't comfortable. That's how it goes, people. Yeah? And the worst thing you can do in there is politic. Because AJ spent 8 rounds politicking, burnt all of his gas out, waiting to... and that's what... Watch this AJ versus Usyk 2 fight. There's a saying in the fight game, be first. Yeah? Be first. Don't wait to get popped in the mouth. AJ spent all of his gas waiting to get popped. Just sitting there, waiting, pop. And it wasn't even like, fair enough here. If you're cautious and you don't want to get hit, and then so you're not throwing your hands, that's one thing. But AJ was being cautious, not throwing his hands and getting popped still. It's like, your defense ain't tight. That's one thing Mikey Garcia did do well against Spence. Mikey Garcia was cautious, but he wasn't getting popped and popped and popped. Leaky defense and no offense. That's just a no-no, in my opinion. You got to have something. Okay, no. You know what I mean? My name's AJ. I'm going to bring no defense and no offense to the fight. Well done. You lost your belts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. No, anyway, Dubois, man, lock in 100%. Feel the spirit in there. You know what I mean? Ultimately crash out. The chances are you're gonna lose this fight. It's how you want to lose. Yeah? And within that is a caveat that if you have a proper go, you can win. I'll tell you how you ain't going to win. Let me tell you now, let's make this clear, people. He has 0 chance going in there and politicking. This is what you'll see all night. Pop, 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 pop. He's too stiff. Even AJ ain't as stiff as Dubois. Yeah? Pop, pop. That's what you're looking for if you think you're going to be smart about it. That's what people think they're too smart sometimes. Oh, no. Yeah? Get them big, heavy hands and put them on him. And if I was you, strategically speaking, I'd focus on the body early. And really, you ain't going to really hit the body. I'd focus on the lower extremities, though, in that sense. Hit his arms. Just hit something. Don't worry about his head. His head will come. Just be hitting the chest, the body. Just keep... Because when you're that big and heavy, what you don't want to be doing is... Which, by the way, AJ did the whole fight, in both fights. Just headhunting. Because Usyk's slippery, so it means when you box and you load up and you miss, that's tiring. And it's demoralising as well. Oh, and then you get popped on the way there. No. Focus on hitting some. Yeah? Start putting combinations, just digging away like a heavy bag to the body. That's what I believe. Keep him busy and hitting him. Hard shots, body and chest. Yeah? And then after a few rounds, when you got your confidence and you're hitting something, then start experimenting. Don't be in there head hunting. This is wasted energy. But yeah, I hope he can do it. And if Dubois, that's the thing, if Dubois does it, I'll lose money. So I'm not even one of them ones. Yeah, I'm betting on Usyk to win points. But I'd be more than happy to lose money if Dubois has a go and wins, of course. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and leg off Dubois 100%, no doubt.